Now, as we were mentioning at the start of the bulletin, Queen Elizabeth II has opened the two-day Shogam Summit today. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, is the first Indian Prime Minister to attend the event since 2010. This year's theme is Towards a Common Future. Shogam 2018 comes at a time when Britain is facing uncertainty following Brexit, and of course there's renewed interest in the Commonwealth as a result, as the country prepares to separate from the European Union. 53 nations make up the Commonwealth. Most of them are former British colonies. This year is expected to be Queen Elizabeth II's last Shogam. Right, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, in London as well. Now, the Queen Elizabeth II opened the event today. It's a two-day summit, and it's expected to be the last with the current monarch. It's the first time in 10 or rather 8 years that an Indian Prime Minister has decided to attend Shogam. WION's Mandy Clark joining me from London for more on that story. Mandy, 53 nations gathered, of course. This, I suppose, is an important time for the United Kingdom as it makes its way out of the European Union.
It certainly is. You know, they will be looking to leverage as much as they can with these meetings. And the focus really is that commonness between nations. There's going to be several bilateral meetings happening with all nations and see more commonality where they can work together. Theresa May is really focused today on cleaning up the oceans, trying to reduce plastics with one-time use, whether it's spoons or cotton buds, and she wants to encourage a lot of nations to take on that initiative. So it's about finding common issues that they can work together. Of course, trade and business will also be a big part of it.
Right, and what sort of reception has the event itself received in London, Mandy? Are people excited about the fact that all these nations are gathering together? And of course, the Indian diaspora, how has that been shaping out there in London?
Well, certainly the Indian diaspora, what we saw yesterday, were incredibly excited about the arrival of Modi. There was a number of groups that had met him as early as 8 a.m. There was dancers just to celebrate his arrival. Then we saw him arrive at a number of locations, and there was groups of British Indians there to greet him. Of course, there was that big talk he did. So there has been a lot of excitement over that. Overall, the public in general is interested in what will be decided. There's a lot of pomp and ceremony over these talks, but in general here, they want to know what will come out of it, what we can expect, and how we'll move forward.
Absolutely. And of course, this comes at a time when there is a conflict that is brewing in Syria. The United Kingdom, of course, involved in itself with those strikes over the weekend. So keeping that in mind and keeping this multilateral event in sight as well, is it interesting that this might be perhaps the perfect distraction away from the fact that the Syrian government has said that those strikes have really achieved not much at all?
Well, you know, in a way, it's an expectation that Syria would say that. They don't want to look like they've been weakened at all by those strikes. But it is a good distraction. It's very positive compared to the news that has been coming out of Britain with those strikes and the use of chemical weapons. Having a group of allies, a group of countries with historical links coming together, trying to mold trade, business, and work together. That's just a level of positivity that is moving through.
Right, Mandy, thank you so much for joining us from London with that update on Shogam. We will, of course, come back to you through the day and, of course, tomorrow to get more details on what's panning out there in London.